Pause ba to? Pause ba to? Yeah. Yeah. Ako nga po pala si Sanderford. After the surgery.
Lumala.
Panoorin niyo po yung short film namin tungkol kay Rizal.
Rizal received no word from the Governor General as to when his deportation would be lifted. Neither was there news about Blanco's promise that he would be later moved to La Union or Ilocos. Rizal didn't want to stay longer in Dapitan because of too much work and little nourishment. He wrote a letter to his sister Trinidad that he is beginning to feel ill. He made efforts to leave Dapitan by writing to General Blanco asking his permission to go to Spain, but he received no reply. Rizal had stayed in Dapitan for 4 years, 13 days, and a few odd hours. The people in Dapitan treated him like family. The whole town bid Rizal goodbye and prepared a band before he was set to leave Dapitan during the midnight of July 31, 1896. He rode to España with his sisters Narcisa, Josefa, a niece, and 3 nephews. They rushed it to be able to catch the Isla de Luzon docked in Manila scheduled to leave for Spain. On August 6, 1896, Rizal wasn't able to catch the mailboat Isla de Luzon because it had left few hours before he arrived. The Excellency transferred him to cruiser Castilla, which was anchored at a port in Cavite. He was given by the commandant of his own cabin, informed that Governor General ordered him to be detained but not imprisoned. His family members were allowed to visit him there. He was treated nicely. The commandant even assigned Prudencio Bulag to be at his disposal. In return, Rizal asked his sister Narcisa to buy goods to be given to the officers. On August 3, 1896, the Governor General gave Rizal 3 letters. 2 were addressed to the Ministers of War and the colonies, and the other was addressed to Rizal. On September 2, 1896, Rizal was transferred to the steamer Isla de Panay. Before he left, he wrote a letter to his mother informing, "Not all who go to Cuba die." He was also thankful for the kindness of the Governor General and even wrote to his mother saying, "The most excellent Captain General has behaved towards me very well. I am going to show him, if God gives me time and health, that I know how to reciprocate." The next day, the steamer left. He was given a good large cabin and received a good treatment from the officers. Before Rizal left, Blanco had sent a telegram to the ministers of colonies saying Rizal has embarked the vessel Isla de Panay, and he informed the Compañía Translantico in this city that he will be under close surveillance during the trip and he would be taken to the civil governor of Barcelona. During the trip, a captain of the military administration died aboard. Rizal was made in charge of a sick Jesuit. Another ill was the brother-in-law of Pedro Paterno, Don Manuel Pineiro. On September 30, 1896, the captain told him that he would be confined to his cabin. The captain informed him that he received a telegraphic order for his arrest and detention. On December 11, charges were formally read to Rizal. The crime charged was rebellion, sedition, and illegal association. Before the trial of Rizal, General Camilo Polavieja replaced General Blanco. He officially assumed the post as Governor General of the Philippine Islands on December 13, 2 days after Rizal's arraignment. De la Peña endorsed that Rizal's case was ready for trial, after which the case was turned to Captain Dominguez and Lieutenant Alcocer, who would act as prosecutor of the case. On December 26, a court-martial with 7 members was convened at the Cartel de España, converted into a temporary courtroom. Present at the trial were Rizal and his counsel, the prosecutors Dominguez and Alcocer, Josephine Bracken, officials of the government, officers of the military, peninsulates, and some natives and correspondents of newspapers. Dominguez and Alcocer presented evidence to establish the case, and after they rested the case, Andrade took the defense of Rizal. Andrade's defense centered on the penal code of Spain. The military court found Rizal guilty of the crime charged and was sentenced to die. On December 28, General Polavieja, upon affirmation of De la Peña, approved the sentence of Rizal. He ordered that the convict would be executed through a firing squad on the morning of December 30. The execution was filled with crowds, especially of Spaniards wanting to see Rizal die. Upon reaching the square, Rizal bade farewell to Andrade and 2 Jesuits. The military doctor, Dr. Castro, checked on Rizal's pulse, found it was normal, and finally the captain shouted the order to fire. Many Spaniards shouted, "Long live Spain!" and "Death to traitors!" The artillery band played Marcha de Casdes. Eventually, the crowd disappeared from the scene.
Yeah.
Kunwari yun yung bayarin mo sa Meralco. Ganito nangyayari pag di ka nagkakaroon ng boyfriend.
Sorry.
Ganito yun. Ganito kasi yun, class. Hindi lahat ng nagmamahal, minamahal. Hindi lahat ng sineseryoso. Minsan kailangan din natin magpaloko para matuto tayo sa pagkakamali natin.
Kaya ba yung mo lokohin ka niya?
Oo naman. Kasi alam ko may dadating na better. Ayaw sa mga
What is wrong with you? Stop it! Stop it!
Baby shark.
Bilihan ng ano. Masarap!
Daddy shark.
Masarap!
Ang pangit mo.